Today we're going to talk about whether or not you need to hire an architect for your project. So we're going to talk about the two types of projects that you need an architect and when you don't need an architect. The first type is when you need an architect, which is ground up structures. This house that I'm living in right now is drawn by an architect. It's built by a contractor. So before it got built, the architect drew exactly how things go. They tell you where this wall goes and where this wall goes and what's up in there, your little diffuser and light and all the fun stuff. Anyways, that's when you need an architect whenever you're doing a ground up structure, a garage, a room addition, you want to add on to the house, any commercial warehouses, garages, you know, little people in garage, all that stuff. That's when you need an architect. When you don't need an architect, not necessarily need one, is a kitchen remodel. For example, right here, I drew this up for my house because I have the skills to do it, but if you're doing it and you could just hire your interior consultant. Normally the kitchen companies like Home Depot, IKEA, they have people that come out here and take measurements and draw this for you. You don't need to be licensed to do kitchen remodeling, although it's nice to have the feedback from a professional because we know what we're doing, because you don't want to put an outlet here or there and all that stuff, so that's the gist of it all. Any interior remodeling like a bathroom, you want to put a new shower in or you want to replace any fixtures, you don't need an architect for that. What else would you not need an architect for? Tile, anything that's interior, anything like cosmetic work is when you don't need an architect. When you start knocking down walls, like for example, when we were doing this house, this wall right here, we were talking about like cutting it shorter to be in line. I don't know if you guys can see it. Let's turn around. Let's see if you turn around. Like you can't, we wanted to make this in line, but you couldn't because there's a column in there. Anyways, so don't do that because you start knocking walls down, this column starts messing with the roof and that gets structural. So mainly structural, moving walls and stuff, but you get the gist of it all. Cosmetic stuff, interior work, you don't really need an architect for. When you start moving some structural roofing, you want to add height to your ceilings, call me or an architect, your local architect, because we'll make sure you're not going to kill yourself by, doing something silly. Because you got people, oh, I could do it, we're general contractors, we know what we're doing. No, they don't. They really don't. So anyways, that's the main gist of it all. Kitchens, interior remodeling stuff. Think of it this way, like if you're doing a condo, you don't need an architect for that stuff. It's just like all interior apartment, all that stuff, you don't need an architect. If you want to build a house, you need an architect. You want to build a warehouse, you want to build anything from the ground up, you need an architect. But besides that, that's the main difference between when you need an architect and when you don't need an architect. And if you have any questions about whether or not the services are required, drop a comment below. I'll answer it. Until then, I'll see you next time.